Hello and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. Usually every year about this time, about Valentine's Day, I do a vlog, Valentine's Day vlog, and it's kind of a jokey thing where I put together Lego or do some cooking or whatever, and this year I was just like, I don't know what to do, so what I thought I could do is just play something that's been in my library for a while, Doki Doki Literature Club, which is one of those sort of Japanese dating games, I guess. We'll just hit new game, and enter me your name. Finn the Human. I've been watching a lot of Adventure Time, so that's not going to get annoying to read every time it comes up in the text, but okay, let's hit go. Hey! Oh no, I've got to do a lot of reading. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Haha! Oh yeah, there's a few things to note. But at the beginning of the game, it does say that all characters are over the age of 18. Over the age of 18, fine. It does say there's some disturbing images, so I don't know what that means, but if there is anything at the beginning of an episode, then I'll put a note up at the beginning of that particular episode. And there was something else that I've completely forgotten. Don't know. Also, we are definitely in Japan because these are Japanese houses, and these, what look like bicycle sheds, are actually carports. They've got K-cars, little tiny cars, and these basically, the sheds stop the water getting in your car during a monsoon, so that's fun. Also, I was going to use the Zoom V3 to do female voices. It sounds a little scratchy, so I ain't going to do it. So we'll just carry on with Sayori. Haha! I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Finn the Human. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Oh my god, what is that? You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me? That's mean, Finn the Human! Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. I don't know, she does have that Princess Bubblegum vibe. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. What is that? It looks like a little... it's a laugh? We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Finn the Human, have you decided on a club to join yet? Oh, yeah. I've been watching The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and like in school and college, everyone has these sort of clubs that they join, which is another huge staple of Japanese life. Have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Huh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Wait, did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Oh, that's terrible. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Alright. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Or a YouTuber. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise that you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Oh my word, this is as close to reading a novel to you guys as I'm gonna get. Also, if you want more episodes of this, definitely leave a comment or watch or thumbs up or do something to make me know that you want it. You want me to give it to you. In audio-visual medium. Cool. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I did wonder about this. So Japanese, just as an aside, Japanese classrooms, huge ass sliding windows, because one of the features of Japan, which is very similar to the UK, is that the Japanese and the British both complain about the weather. The British complain about the rain, and the Japanese complain about the heat, because in Japan not only is it hot, but it's humid and you just can't escape the heat, so they just have these huge windows that you slide open. A feature of a lot of Japanese schools, I believe. I'm not entirely sure about the chalkboard, but hey, cool. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! It's Sayori. Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest, after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday we'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an ahead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yeah, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I mean, I've done worse. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Girl 2? Girl 1, Girl 2? What? It's getting some serious Danganronpa 2 vibes here. What? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Girl 3. Ah, Finn the Human. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. I love a bow. There's little things. Sometimes whatever. How do you say nothing without saying nothing at all? All words escape me in this situation. Oh, I guess that's how you do it. Internal monologue. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I mean, yeah, we got Princess Bubblegum, the lady with a bow, and the lady with the purple hair, which is incredibly hard to do in real life because you need to keep up the dyeing of it. Seriously. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it! Wait, why is Sayori now Girl 2? Weird. Sorry? Natsuki. Wait, what? Am I getting a little confused here? Yeah. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. No kidding. Her small figure makes her look a lot like a first-year student. She is also the one who made Cupcakes, according to Sayori. Oh, yeah, I am getting super confused. Yeah, Princess Bubblegum and the girl with the red bow? You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? Apparently I do. That's right. It's great to see you again, Finn the Human. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely taught, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica? Come, sit down, Finn the Human. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuki walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still, feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! What? Natsuki lifts the foil to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I love cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with a mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for, you know, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? I was literally gonna say that. That seems a little excessive, even for Japan or the United Kingdom, and I drink a lot of tea. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I mean, yeah, I tend to drink so much my blood thins out and becomes tea, so... I guess? Hey, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you, says Monica. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. I don't know what I believe, but I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. I was practically dragged. Oh wait. Well, I haven't enjoyed any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here. So that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? After you're done eating that cookie, you'll feel right at home. Wait, no. You'll feel right as rain. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone! Okay, 1984. Wait, what? Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You should probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I am fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club, I mean, yeah, you need to go to the teachers, you need to get all the forms, you need to actually, like, literally register the club and then get a room. I've seen, it's different in Japan. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, says Sayori. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees, all 4 of them. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with that level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Finn the Human, what kind of things do you like to read? Oh, I mean, if I'm looking around the room, I've got a technical manual on uranium. Yeah, there's a bunch of photography books and some comic books. I think I've got the comic version of one of the Discworld books as well. They're really good. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. Oh, I mean, my dude, I love storybooks. Oh yeah, I've been reading the Scott Pilgrim books. They're really good. They've re-released them in colour as well. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such in a foreign world is... Hang on. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Okay. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped at something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri, says Monica. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror, says Natsuki. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Siri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive, says Finn the human. I can't remember if Finn actually has one N or two, I just realised that. I'm gonna stick with 2. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Yeah, I did a writing course some years ago, and it was a week-long course. We all went to this cottage in the middle of Buttsville nowhere, and there were some writers. It was an Arvin course, and there were some writers there, and they would take workshops in the morning, and then in the afternoon you would get to do your own writing. And at the end of the week, you would read a passage of your work in the big barn to everyone. And yeah, well, if there was something to ace, then kind of aced it. I had no problem sitting in the big comfy chair reading to everyone. Yeah, there was a fun time. But it does take some ability to not only talk in front of a crowd of other people, but also to talk and read something that you've done in front of them. Reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe. If you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Yuri just... 3 dots? I guess this is... English. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems, says Sayori. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea. Everyone! Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. I'll tell you what. We'll find out what they are about to do next episode, so I'm going to leave it there. If you like this, definitely leave a little like. Leave a subscribe. Likes help the video. Subscriptions help the channel. If you want to see more, say something. Like the video. Do something to let me know, because, you know, otherwise all I have are YouTube's metrics, and YouTube's metrics are terrible. Yeah, well, I'm happy to carry on and do the full playthrough, but only if you guys are willing to watch. Anyway, thank you for sticking around to the end. I appreciate you and everything you do, and I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.